What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning last night's fight between Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please hit the notification button? What that'll allow me to do is every time I create something new, if you like the content that I put out there, you'll be notified. Thank you. All right, guys, in an exciting night of fights, if you watch the whole card, it was headlined by Canelo and Berlanga. Today, I'm going to be going over the punch stats. We're going to talk about the punch output, the jabs, the power punches, basically everything that helps tell the story, the narrative of the outcome. Now, say what you want about the matchup. A lot of people did not want Berlanga in there. They want to see that Benavidez fight. But Berlanga said in the uplead to the fight that he was going to go in there and fight Canelo. He was going to go out on a shield. He almost got his wish. It was exciting. It went all 12 rounds. Canelo, in my opinion, was never in trouble. He controlled the entire fight. He did what he wanted to do. But it was still dramatic in such a way of what Berlanga didn't do, meaning he didn't get knocked out. And he didn't back down from Canelo, especially when he got dropped in the third round by a beautiful left hook. Canelo used Berlanga's bad habits against him. All the boxing pundits knew going into this fight, Berlanga had a bad habit when his back is up against the ropes of sort of pushing his opponent's guard away. He does this weird parry movement when punches are coming at his right side. And this is exactly what Canelo caught him with. He feinted. Canelo set it up beautifully. Berlanga fell for it, and Canelo dropped him with a left hook. But Berlanga got back up on his feet, and he did exactly what I predicted. If you watch my prediction video earlier in the week, I talked about it. I said that Berlanga does not have to win this fight to have his stock increase. It's going to come down to how he loses, and I talked about that, and I'll play that for you right here. Berlanga doesn't have to win this fight to keep his stock high in the sport. What he does have to do is show his heart, show his mettle, and contest Canelo. I feel that if he loses, if he gets knocked out, but is in there being brave, going in there to fight and doing what his fans want him to do, showing that Puerto Rican spirit, I feel that he could lose this fight but still be at the top of his game. It's all about how you lose. We think in boxing you have to win, you have to go undefeated, you have to win by knockout, but that's not always the case. Equally as important sometimes is losing a fight, but how we lose. And I think that'll be a storyline as well, watching how Berlanga deals with this adversity. If it is starting to go downhill south for him, if you start seeing that momentum shift and the end is near, it'll be interesting to see how he handles himself. Because we know as fans, nobody likes to see a fighter quit. People want to see a fighter go out on their shield. It's partially. And I feel I was spot on with that. And what Berlanga showed us was heart. I feel he left this fight, even though he got beat in almost every single round, I feel he left this fight with more fans than he did going into the fight. Something that was telling of his performance was Shushu Carrington and the GOAT Clarissa Shields after the fight, and here's what they had to say about Berlanga's performance.
Edgar Berlanga fight.
Yeah.
All I want to say is, Edgar, you fought your fucking ass off.
For sure, bro.
I'm never
super proud of you.
I have never seen nobody stand up to that man like that.
That's right.
Never. Nobody.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
You got knocked down third round, got a brawler.
That's right. Word. Fighting back. He did better than a lot of people that I
You did better than Jamel.
Yeah.
Jamel ran the whole fight.
I wasn't trying to say no
I don't
names.
give a damn.
I wasn't trying to say no names.
Yeah.
But on the
You
road,
fought-
though.
You
Yeah.
fought better than
Yeah,
Munguia.
right. All of them. Shit.
I can name a lot of guys.
He got a lot of people respect. Everybody
Yeah.
thought that was gonna be an easy fight. Everybody
Yeah.
thought he was gonna
He
get white,
was
get
knocked
washed out,
out.
or like no, like he earned a lot of people respect.
Yeah.
Bro, you keep doing your thing, but we super proud of you.
Edgar, you're gonna be world champ, I promise you. I know.
right.
I know world champs. You know, if anybody know, I know. You're gonna be world champ.
Now, moving forward, this is just a sign that you don't always have to win fights to get the adoration of the fans and the fighters in the sport of boxing. I feel this is a good thing. It's been a long time, guys, that we watch somebody lose almost every single round, and his peers and pundits and fans left saying, wow, you know what? He was pretty brave. I want to see him fight again. Now, that's a testament to how dominant Canelo is, has been, and will be in the future. Yes, Berlanga was brave, but it's Canelo's dominance that is why we're talking highly of Berlanga, because Berlanga wasn't supposed to be there for 12 rounds. A lot of people thought Berlanga wasn't supposed to be there at all. He hung with Canelo, a generational great, one of the best of his era. Some will say one of the greatest of all time. And he stood toe-to-toe with him. And there were some good exchanges that got heated at times. And it was exciting at times. It wasn't your run-of-the-mill slugfest, but it wasn't a boring fight either. And I feel both guys could take a lot from it. And you could see after the fight, both guys were impressed with each other. They both talked about how they were tougher than each opponent expected them to be. Now let's turn the page, guys, and get into these statistics. I'm going to go over the total punches thrown. We're going to go over the jabs thrown and the power punches. We're going to talk about some statistics. Canelo authored yet another brilliantly calculating, if less than spectacular, performance in outpointing Berlanga in the main event Saturday at T-Mobile in Vegas. Neither fighter delivered on their respective knockout promises, but the fight was not wholly devoid of drama. Berlanga said in the lead-up that he was willing to go out on his shield, and he almost got his wish when Canelo landed a left hook that knocked him down a little over a minute into the third. Berlanga almost matched Alvarez's total punch output, but Canelo was far more accurate, landing 35% of his jabs and 49% of his power punches. Berlanga was able to land only 20% of his jabs and 35% of his power shots. Of the power punches Alvarez landed, 37% were body shots. That's how the judges scored it, guys. One judge had it 117 to 110. The other two had it 118 to 109, all for Canelo. I had it pretty close. I gave Berlanga a few rounds, but it was never close in terms of Canelo feeling that he was in danger or feeling that he was going to lose a decision. Berlanga's toughness and grittiness did more to let Alvarez know that he wasn't going to bully him. It was a big brother versus little brother sort of affair. When we look at the total punches thrown, guys, and this is a testament to both guys' cardio, because Berlanga came in close to 195 pounds after weigh-in, so he gained 25 pounds. Some people were talking about would his cardio hold up, and when we look at the total punches, Canelo threw 464, landing 201 at a 43% clip. 49 of those were body shots. Berlanga threw 446, almost matching Canelo's output, but only landing 119 at a 27% clip. And we talked about this going into the fight. To beat Canelo Alvarez, you have to outpunch him, but you have to outland him. And one of his best attributes is his accuracy. He hasn't been knocking guys out lately. It's been since 2021 when he knocked Plant out, but he's dropped every opponent. And that's more of a sign of his accuracy than his power, because we know boxing, it's all about where you land than how heavy you throw. And Canelo is a master at putting the punches right where they need to be to drop his opponents, a la that gorgeous left hook in the third. When you look at the jabs thrown, guys, I didn't expect either one of these guys to have a jab contest, considering both guys' style and the vitriol that was on this matchup going into it. Canelo threw 193, landing 68 at a 36% clip. Berlanga threw 260, landing 54 at a 21% clip. So when you look at the stylistics, Berlanga throws more, over 70 more jabs, but lands less. That goes to show you Berlanga wanted to get inside. He wanted to distract Canelo with his jab to set up his power. It just wouldn't work because Canelo wasn't there to get hit. Canelo's mastery of space and distance in terms of where he is in the pocket is high level. He's not only an accurate puncher in the pocket, but he's hard to hit as well. His head movement is better than most people will talk about, and his defensive tactics with his feet, his feints, and his head is as good as it gets in the division. When we look at the power shots thrown throughout the whole fight, Canelo throws 271, 49 of them land to the body, landing 133 overall at almost a 49% clip of his power shots. Berlanga throws 186, landing 65 at a 35% clip. So once again, Canelo outthrows Berlanga and lands at such a higher percentage, 50% to 35%. And when we're talking about power shots, these are the shots to the body and to the head that are going to try to break their opponents down. And to outland Alvarez on a accuracy level with the power shots, you rarely ever see it. Berlanga was game. He just couldn't do it. And this ultimately told the story of the fight, told the story of the respect. Berlanga, whatever he wanted to say after, he respected Canelo and that power. And towards the end of it, Canelo didn't want to just stand there in the pocket either. Everybody has a puncher's chance, so he was still mindful of his defense. Moving forward, guys, I'm going to do a separate video about where each fighter should go next. We know the rumblings with Canelo. But more interestingly, with Caleb Plant winning a great, tough, gritty knockout finish of Macumbi, some people say they'd like to see Caleb versus Munguia or Caleb versus Berlanga. And we know about the trash talk Berlanga and Caleb have gone through recently. So stay tuned to the channel later in the week. I'm going to do a breakdown of what should happen next for Berlanga and Canelo. Guys, how did you like the fight? How did you score it? How did you see it? Rate their performances on a scale of 1 to 10, Canelo and Berlanga. Leave all that in the comment section below.